I used to think AI made me smarter, faster emails, better notes, no more blank screens. If I need to be creative, I just go to ChatGPT. And if you've seen me speak or even watched some of my past videos, you've heard me say, I feel like AI has made me 20% smarter than what I was last year. But then yesterday, I had a meeting at a location I've been to at least 50 times, and I caught myself coming back on my way home. I hit home into my GPS, and I was actually listening to the instructions to get home, a place I've lived for over 5 years. And then it hit me. It hit me like a ton of bricks that this technology isn't necessarily making us smarter. It's dulling all of our senses. And I know I'm not alone in this. Let's talk about it.
Welcome to the API for Everyone Daily Brief.
We are offloading everything to AI. Need to write something? You go to ChatGPT. Need directions? Google Maps. Deep research? Perplexity, Claude, Manus. Need to put all of that together in a very simple format? Google Notebook LM. Need to plan your week? Write a caption? Fix your resume? Want to explain quantum physics in haiku? There's a prompt for that.
Worlds of might and small. Particles dance in a haze. Seen, they choose a path.
That's a pretty efficient workflow. But here's the catch. The more that we outsource, the less we engage. And the less we engage, the more we forget how to think. And as time goes on, well, the less capable we become. And this isn't some kind of theory I'm coming up with. This is neuroscience. So let's talk evidence here, because I have studies right in front of me that is proving this to me, because I did not want to believe it. I did not want to believe this. But a 2023 study from the University of Chicago found that people who relied on AI to summarize text remembered 40% less than those who read and summarized it themselves. And the translation there is, you're learning faster. I definitely feel that. But you're not retaining what you're learning. And what good is learning something if you're not retaining it? So 40% less. A study in Nature Neuroscience showed that long-term GPS users, guilty, have reduced activity in the hippocampus. And this is the part of the brain that controls memory and spatial reasoning. When you stop navigating, your brain stops mapping. And oh my gosh, this is, I only know, this really hits home, because I remember as a kid, if you are, like I'm 54, so my parents, boomers, the way that, say, their parents gave directions, it would be, go down to the Safeway, take a left, go to the First Baptist Church, go right, and then follow that down 3 or 4 trees, and then you'll turn at the red barn into the driveway with the mailbox that has the pitchfork on it. Like, that is how they gave directions back in the day, and your mind mapped that entire process. Well, I can tell you today, we do not know that it's 3 trees down by the barn with the pitchfork on the mailbox. That's just not how our brains work anymore, because we are so reliant, just like me, to get home in a place I've lived 5 years on our GPS. So when our brain stops navigating, when we stop navigating, our brains stop mapping. Another study, OECD, reports that students using AI-powered writing tools are showing steep declines in coherence, originality, and structure. And we're not just writing differently, we are thinking less. And this is another great point, because what I'm seeing, at least online, and I know right now I'm guilty of the evolution of how I'm speaking, the evolution of how I'm writing, how I'm becoming more dependent on this stuff, I'm seeing a flood of really lazy people who are just copy and pasting and putting things out. Now, I'm not judging everybody because I'm sure a lot of you don't know how to use it properly, or you're just excited to use it and you want to get things out there and you're doing things for the first time. And that's awesome. So I don't want to stop or unmotivate you from continuing what you're doing. And please understand, I am not negative on AI at all. I just want to make sure that we're maintaining our humanity, that you're using it correctly, that I'm using it correctly, and we're getting the most out of it. And I think the whole purpose of this here is, it's not that AI is breaking our brains. What it's really doing is exposing our laziness, because we are lazy. I mean, we've made convenience the goal, especially in American culture. It is all about convenience and cognitive friction. That's work. That's work. But that's where the learning happens. All of that cognitive friction is where the learning happens. And that's where we get sharper and we just kind of do things out of repetition and understanding them and just the practice that goes into that. And if AI is a calculator for your brain and you never solve anything by hand, you never put in any of the work, well, your battery's going to die. Your battery's going to die. And we don't want that. We don't want that. Or worse, and I do have a story for you, or worse, when the answer is wrong, you don't notice. So right now I'm doing a video every business day of the week. And last night I didn't get my video out until about 1:30 in the morning. And here's why. I had already created a video before, and I created the whole thing. I got the script, I got the bullet points, I shot it, I completely edited the whole thing, and it was packaged and ready to go. And then I still do this. I go back in all my videos and make sure that everything is correct. And I try to make sure that everything is as accurate as possible. The whole premise of this video, it wasn't accurate. I got lazy. I just took the script, took the research, put it all together, practiced, packaged it, and was ready to send it out. The whole premise wasn't correct. I got lazy. Now, thank heavens I didn't post it, but I got lazy. And if it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody, because I think, pretty self-aware of everything that I'm doing right now. So don't stop checking, because the minute you stop checking is the minute that you stop thinking. That's when you're trusting the tool, but forgetting the craft. And I'm going to be very transparent here, because if I'm open about it, maybe you can be more open about it. Or if you don't realize that you're doing this, maybe this will kind of open your eyes to see, so you don't make some of the same mistakes that I've made. I would go to ChatGPT and start prompting really without even thinking. I might come up with a seed of an idea, but I would really lean into ChatGPT or any of the LLMs. And if I was stuck, I wouldn't really push through any of the fog. I would just go straight there and use it. And yeah, I mean, my output is, I think, pretty good. So far, all the reviews of everything here I'm creating has been overall positive. You have the handful of haters, which is a good thing too. But without it, I tried to recreate some and I really struggled. I sat down and I tried to just write copy for a landing page that I was putting together. And I struggled. I mean, this is something that I didn't used to struggle with. You kind of sit down and you have your formulas and your ideas and you just boom, boom, boom. You kind of go through it a handful of times and then you know what you're doing. Well, this time I really struggled, because AI has definitely made me lazy. It's caused me to freeze when I was trying to do this. And it was like trying to lift a weight that you used to bench really easily before, and now you're really struggling with that weight. And I just realized how soft that AI has made me. It's not that it made me smarter, not even really more creative. It's a byproduct of this is it made me soft. I'm making a commitment to rebuild some of these mental muscles that I've lost. Now, let me be clear. I am not anti-AI. I'm not going anywhere. All of this is going to continue. I use it. I teach it. I build with it. But I am going to shift a little bit in how I use it because it's becoming a crutch. And when you use a crutch, it becomes a weakness. And I don't want to be weak here. So here's 3 things that I'm going to start doing. And I would love for you to join me and see if this helps you. The first exercise is, I'm calling it cognitive deadlifts. Say that 3 times in a row. Cognitive deadlifts. Before I go into ChatGPT or any LLM to prompt something, especially creatively, I'm going to spend 5 minutes struggling to be creative myself. I'm going to let that struggle happen. And I know, look, it's going to add time to my workflow, but what I'm going to do, the goal with this is to rewire those neural pathways in my brain to make sure that I'm staying humanly creative, because AI should not replace our creativity. It should sharpen it. It should maybe make it better. It should amplify it, but it should not fully replace our creativity. Number 2 is digital fasting. Just 30 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day. Turn this off completely. Put it in the other room. Put away your computer, your iPad, whatever device, even music, all of it. Just get out a piece of paper, a notebook, a pen, a pencil. Do you still have a pencil laying around? And just start writing, physically writing, or doodling, or drawing, or something that seems very primitive now. Just spend 30 minutes doing that. Again, opening up those neural pathways to creativity, to reflection, to just sketching and old school writing and just reconnecting. That's what it's all about. This is going to be like doing push-ups for your brain. I've already started this, and it is not easy. It is not easy. I'm going to say that. Maybe for you, it's going to be easier. For me, it's not very easy, but I know that the payoff is going to be tremendous for my mental health. And number 3 is mental reps, mental repetitions. And what I mean by that is, look, we all take these articles now and we just get a summary. And even if you're not doing it yourself, like AI is starting to get integrated in everything we do, and it's just starting to give us those summaries. But do this for me. This is what I'm going to start doing. 1 out of every 5 or 10 articles, something like that, whatever works best for you. Read the entire article and then write a summary or type a summary yourself, because that's really how you're going to retain the most knowledge, because it's all about repetition, reconstruction, reflection. That's how we retain this knowledge. That's how ideas stick. Because if you never engage with the information deeply, you never really get to own it. You never really get to soak into it. And if that's what you're doing, what I've noticed, I'm borrowing intelligence. I'm not gaining it. I'm just borrowing it. So balance is the name of the game, everybody. This is not about rejecting AI. This is about reclaiming agency. AI is a lever. It's a multiplier, but it's only as good and as strong as what I feed it. If your brain starts to die off, if we get super lazy, guess what? Your results are going to reflect that. If I would have put that video out yesterday, that would have been devastating. That really would. Because smart people don't let the tools do the thinking for them. Smart people guide the tools. They use the tools to enhance their thinking, to enhance their creativity, because that's the difference between outsourcing and orchestrating. And everybody here watching this, listening to this, especially if you made it this long into the audio or video, you want to orchestrate. I know that's why you're still here. So let's make that happen and let's do that together. Here's the question. Are you getting smarter or are you getting faster? I have found myself recently just getting faster. Is AI helping me grow, or is it making me more comfortable? It's definitely made me more comfortable. And comfort is a trap, but intelligence is a choice. Let me say that again. Comfort is a trap, and intelligence is a choice. Now, I'm not here to fearmonger. That is not what this is about. I am just here to wake everybody up, to wake myself up to what's going on. I am not asking anybody to quit AI by any means. This is the future. You need to learn it. You need to guide it. You need to make sure that you're using it and using it ethically and correctly. But you do have to train your brain to lead it. You do have to be in the right mindset to lead it. You do have to work on these neural pathways and making sure that you're keeping everything firing on all cylinders. Because if you don't, look, it's not that you're getting dumber. Maybe, I don't know. But I would rather look at it as you're just making yourself replaceable. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Hopefully this created value for you. If so, please hit that like button, leave a comment, get in the conversation, share this with someone who needs to hear it. Well, that's it for me today. My name is Harrison Painter. This has been your AI Daily Brief for the AI for Everyone podcast. And until next time, keep creating, keep innovating, and most importantly, keep up. God bless.
Thanks for listening. I'm glad you stayed. One more spark for the plans you've made. If this show hit, go share the vibe. Like, subscribe, let's build this tribe. Been blazing trails, now I'm building new. Launch ready's live, and the work is true. No hype, no bull, no vaporware. Just real results and a voice that cares.
Keep creating, feel that spark. Keep innovating, leave your mark. The eye moves fast, don't miss the cut. Keep creating, keep innovating, and most importantly, keep up.
Thank you for your support.